Okay, let's talk about what do we want, what do we need to see in a mate about men and women. For me, one of the things that I realized several years back, there was a woman that I worked with and I lived right next to, and I thought she was so beautiful, and that she cared about the residents, and she worked and did all these things, had I mean, she had a work ethic that was wonderful. She had all sorts of things about her that were just really, really beautiful. But when I went to a messianic group, I saw the women there. I started to realize I would not have been equally yoked. I would not be equally yoked with this woman. So one of the things that we need to look at is being equally yoked. Do we both love God? Do we do we shine brighter apart, or do we shine brighter together? Do we are we Does it make our spotlight brighter? Our the light within, as scripture talks about the eyes being windows to the spirit, is that light in there? Do we become brighter with someone, or do we not? Do we shine brighter? If we shine brighter with someone, then yeah, you probably may look at marriage, pursuing them, and in courtship, not in dating, but get to know someone on a personal level first. Get to know someone as a friend. Don't go after, oh, she looks nice, so I wanna do this and I wanna do that, or he looks a certain way. The physical beauty fades, and what really makes, I mean, not I'm not married, and maybe that gives more credibility as to what, at least what I'm looking for, is someone that loves God with all her heart. That's part of what this is about. This beard is a symbol of my covenant with God. These tzitzits are a symbol of my being in covenant with God. One of the things that I cannot stress enough for guys is that, or for anyone, is don't pursue someone who's unequally yoked. You would be unequally yoked. Spiritually, number one, that they must love God more than they love you. Number two, that, intellectually, you know, and you need to know each other's love languages. Because it's not this touchy feely stuff. Marriage is work. It's not going to be, sooner or later the honeymoon's over. And so I would say get to know someone as a friend first, and then only pursue them if you are thinking that they could be a helpmate for you. The two become one flesh, as scripture talks about. The two become one flesh. And that comes from the beginning. The two become one flesh. So are you better with them, or are you worse with them? Do you shine brighter with them? Because the whole idea was in Genesis was that he says, it is not good for Adam to be alone. I will make a helper. And the thing is, he took more than just a rib from Adam. I believe that one of the things that he took from him was certain attributes, so that's why they become one flesh, because they complete each other. You have the husband has certain holes in his life and way he does things, and the woman has certain holes, but they become one together, and they fill each other they fill the holes. Instead of having holes, they become one. And so we need to look at that when we're looking for a mate. Are they one? Do they love God? The beard and the tzitzit are a symbol of my covenant with God. Any woman that would be interested in me must have a covenant with him. And that's why for a woman, for me personally, I'm looking for one that has a head covering because it shows that she understands about being under authority and protection. And one that wears dresses because as a lifestyle. And I would look at the lifestyle. Can you mesh? Do you have enough in common with someone to deal with the things that kind of annoy you or whatever, or where the friction becomes in completing one another? Do you have enough in common that it becomes profitable to marry, or is it just a lust? And so hopefully this gives you some pointers to look at when you're pursuing someone, that they need to love God first and foremost, because God has to be at the center of any relationship. So we need to look, please, hopefully this is helpful, and for those that aren't married that are looking to become one with someone.